Hello friends, good afternoon all of you. And in the beginning itself, all of you just take note of it that there is a change in today's timetable. So instead of maths, I'm going to conduct lecture today. Okay. And let's begin for today's communication skills class. All right, so if you remember last time we people have done with all tenses. In this session, a short form of a revision of tenses will be there, and we are going to move towards the next part of our syllabus. So to begin with, just everyone ensure that my voice is clear to everyone and the whiteboard is also visible. So is it audible and visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So it is advised for all students, you know that right now it is, I waited for 5 minutes and after them also only 37 students are here in this class. So fair, you know that you people have to take note of it. And those students who are going to join afterwards, they are not able to join. Okay, now meeting has been locked and no one is going to be join here after. So if you are going to join late, you may not be allowed here in this meeting. So let's begin here. So as I told you last time, you people need to make a chart. Okay. So chart of what? All kind of structures. And one example for all that charts we are going to use here. And so therefore, let's try. Okay. First of all, we'll go with present tense. In present tense, let's begin with simple present. You will help me here rather than if I'm going to ask every time. So first of all, active voice. So what kind of structure is there in simple present tense? Subject, then
Verb.
verb. Verb in which form? First form, okay. And then there is object. All right, then immediately we'll talk about structures in the passive voice. Object is going to be there. After object, what will come here? What will come here?
Amazon.
Okay, so see, you people have to just revise it and you people have to remember it. So all people are not doing these things. Only one student answers it. It indicates that you are not doing your studies regularly and you are not practicing it. Okay, so here it is going to be M is R. All right, after M is R, there is going to be main verb. So main verb is in which form now here?
Third.
Third form. And then here it may come like this, preposition by and subject will come at the end. So can you tell me one example with object? Same example we can use all for all examples. Okay, all tenses. One simple example of simple present tense.
He write a book.
Okay, I will take like this. She writes later. Okay. So this is in active voice. Why? Here we find here is V1. So now you'll tell me it's passive. How it will come?
A letter is written by her.
Letter is written by her. Okay. That became your one example. So this you people will remember here for simple present tense. Let's go for now. Present continuous. All right. So in present continuous tense, you people can talk me or tell me about what will come here in active voice. Subject is there.
M is R.
M is R. Then
Verb
main verb with ing form.
ing plus subject.
Yes, like this. And if it is passive voice, then object
Plus M is R. Being past participle by plus subject.
So see, all students remember this. If you are not able to remember this, it means that you are not clear with any kind of sentence patterns. So if you are not clear with sentence patterns or structures, it means that you are not able to use these kind of sentences. Okay. So remember this, you have to make it clear. And that's why I'm giving it separately. All right. Then here, like this, it is going to come. So same example, she writes a letter. What will come here in active voice?
She's writing a letter.
Right. And in passive voice?
A letter is being written by her.
Written by, like this. Okay. Let's go for present perfect. You can tell me what will come here in active voice. Subject is there after subject?
Has.
Have and has. All right. After have as main verb is here. Main verb is in which form?
V3.
Yes, V3. All right. After V3, what will come?
Object.
If it is passive voice, then object will come in the beginning. After object, what will
Have had.
have has? After have has.
Been plus been.
Then here is main verb. Okay, main verb is V3, which is already in active voice given. And then will appear your subject here. So tell me, she writes a letter. What will come here?
Has written a letter.
She has written her letter.
And now in passive,
A letter has been written by her.
letter has been written.
Has been written by her.
So here we have done with present perfect tense. Let's go here for present perfect continuous. Active voice, what will come here? Subject is there. After subject,
Have had.
Have had.
has then
Been.
been after
Ing.
yes VING and then object.
Object.
So can we have passive voice here?
No.
We do not have. This is also you people have to remember that we do not change these present perfect continuous tense into passive voice. So you cannot have passive structure here. So she writes a letter. How it will be here?
She has been writing a letter.
So here your present, all present tense and all structures are here that you people just try to remember. Okay, nobody should have confusion here, or nobody should think that how the sentences are made. They can be into active voice like this, or they can be into passive like this. Okay. And also again compare. Emmys are here. Emmys are here. Emmys are here. So I have already told you, just compare and contrast. So what are similarities and what are differences that you people have to understand, and accordingly you people just remember. Okay. Then let's go to the next one. Here we are going to move towards the past tense. In past tense, let's go with first one. It's going to be simple past tense. Okay. So in simple past, if it is active voice, she writes a letter. What will come here?
Subject plus V2 plus object.
Yes. Subject. Yes. Main verb that is into second form of past tense, and then object.
She wrote a letter.
We'll get structures first and then example. Now into passive.
Was where.
Okay. Object first of all. Then here you are going to use was or where. After was and where, what will come here now?
V3.
Main verb. And that main verb is into V3 form. Then your preposition will come here and subject at the end. Now we'll go for example. So now I have to ask, she writes a letter. That example will be an active voice. She writes a letter. This is into simple present tense. Now we want to make it into simple past.
She wrote a letter.
She wrote a letter.
So
if it is passive, then
a letter was been
written by her.
a letter was written by her. Okay. So this became here your simple past. Then let's go for past continuous. So if it is active voice, in that case, subject after subject.
Was where.
Was where.
Was where is going to come after was and where?
VIN.
Main verb with ing form and then
Object.
Object.
if it is passive voice, in passive voice object will come in the beginning. After object,
Was where.
Was where.
was where,
Being.
Being
V3 of
V3.
V3, then remaining part will be as it is. Then example, she writes a letter. That will into past continuous active voice.
She was writing a letter.
a letter.
She was writing a letter. And into passive voice.
A letter was being written by her.
Written by. That was examples and structures of past continuous. Let's go here for past perfect. If it is active voice in past perfect, then subject
had.
had, then
V3.
and verb in past participle and object. If it is passive voice, then object
Had.
then
Being.
Been.
after
V3.
that,
V3. By subject.
position by and subject at the end. She writes a letter in active voice past perfect. What will come?
She had written a letter.
Letter.
That much time should not be taken. Okay, it should be quickly. All right, and if it is passive, then
A letter had been written by her.
All right, so here we will go for the past perfect.
Student waiting line.
Yes,
Student waiting line, sir.
I
Join. Join करायला student waiting line.
Okay. So tell them next time they are going to join in time. Okay, now they can join. So I have unlocked this meeting. So Vishkar Shinde, Avinash Mani, tell him to join this class within first 5 minutes. Okay, not later than this. Continuous. Okay, pay attention. So if it is past perfect continuous tense, in that case, we go for structure, which is of active voice. So what will come here? Subject is there. After subject,
Had.
Had.
after had,
Been.
Been.
been. Then
Ing.
and verb with ing. Then
Object.
object, like this. And here also, do we have passive voice of past perfect continuous tense?
No.
No, sir.
Here also we don't have. So she writes a letter. What will become here?
She had been writing a letter.
So that became your past tense. All right. So this also you just make one chart. I already told you, but again, those who have not just made it. So in every notebook, you can just try to make such kind of structures. Rather than you can make a table also. And in that table, you people just try to put all those things properly. You can use proper examples, proper structures, and refer them every day. And when you're reading, when you're listening, maybe when you are just referring English, so that time check the sentences are of which structures, whether they are like this V1, whether it is M is or V3, whether it is M is or VNG, whether it is M is or being V3, whether it is have has V3 or have has been V3, whether it is have has been VNG. If you are into past tense, check whether the sentences are like having verb V2 or was where V3, or it is was where VING, or was where being V3, or it is had V3, or had been V3, or had been VING, like this. Then you will remember that these are the structures in this particular tense. And again, you will also understand this sentence is in active voice or this sentence is into passive voice. And if you started understanding these things, then things will become simpler for you. And you will be also able to use sentences in these structures. Okay, like this you people practice. So now let's go for future tense here. Okay, in future tense also, let's go for simple future. All right, so in simple future, first of all, we'll talk about active voice structure. So subject is there. After subject, what will come here?
Shall
Shall
we?
we?
Shall or will. After shall and will,
Even.
main verb. Main verb in first form. And then here is going to be your object, like this. And if it is passive voice, in that case,
Object plus shall will plus be plus past participle plus by.
B, after B, there is main verb. Main verb is in V3, that is past participle. Then here is by, and then subject will come at the end, like this. Okay. So she writes a letter. First of all, tell me example in simple future active voice. She writes a letter. So what will come here now?
She will write a letter.
She will write a letter. And if it is passive, then
A letter will be written by
her.
later will be written by her. All right. So here simple future. Now let's go for future continuous. All right. If it is future continuous tense, what will be here structure? Subject is there. After subject,
Shall will.
shall or will. Then
be.
be. Then
I.
PIN.
with ing and then object.
Object.
So do we have passive structure for future continuous?
No.
No. Here we are not going to use. You may find it somewhere, but we are not going to use future continuous passive. So example only will take. She writes a letter. So what? How it will change here?
She will be writing a letter. Writing a letter.
We are writing a letter like this. Then let's go for the future perfect. If it is future perfect, in that case, you will come to know if it is active voice structure, subject is there,
Shall will.
shall, will, then
Have.
P3.
V3,
And then object.
then object. We have passive also here, so then object. After that,
Shall will.
shall or will,
Have. Then been.
have, then be,
P3.
main verb with past participle V3, then
By. Then subject.
subject will be at the end like this. Okay, so she writes a letter in active voice, future perfect.
She will have written a letter.
She will have written a letter. All right. Then if it is passive, then
A letter will have been written by her.
by. So here we have done future perfect and move towards the last one, that is future perfect. Tense. Let's go for active voice. First of all, subject is there. After subject, what will be there?
Shall will.
Shall or will. Then what will come?
Have.
After have.
Been. PING.
Main verb with ing and then object. So for future perfect continuous, do we have passive?
No.
No. So she writes a letter. How we can just mention it here?
She will have been writing letter.
Okay. So this became your all structures for voice. Simultaneously, we people have given structures of passive also, but actually passive voice is totally different thing. If requires, we can take a separate session on voice. This is to just understand tense in passive voice. Okay, that is not passive voice. I have not taught you, but you will be able to identify the tense in voice. So therefore, I have mentioned it here. So all of you just again try to understand. People can compare and try to study, because you know when the people compare, we understand it in a better way. So here you'll be able to find out Emmys are here, then V3, but Emmys are VING, Emmys are being V3. Again, you just compare with present tense, past tense, and future tense. In all simple tenses, you will find that here it is V1, here it is V1, but here there is shall will, here it is V2. Okay. In passive structures, you'll find to be forms in the present are Emmys are and V3 is there. In passive past, simple past, there is to be forms in the past was, were, and V3. And in future, simple future passive, shall will be and V3. Then present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. You'll be able to see that here is to be forms in the present tense. Emmys are, okay. So common is VING. Here is VING, here is VING, and here also VING. But in passive, will come to know that Emmys are is used here to be forms in the present, here to be formed in the past. Being V3 is common. Here it is being V3, here it is being V3, and here is no passive voice. Okay. So this way people compare. Examples are also here given. Again, let's look for present perfect. Okay, perfect tenses, all perfect tenses active voice. Here common is V3, here is V3, here is also V3, and here is also V3. And then you'll come to know here is have, has, here it is had, here it is shall, will, have. So these are differences. In passive, will come to know have, has, been. So what is common? First of all, been V3 is common. Here been V3, here been V3, and here also been V3 common. So what is differences? Here it is have, has, here it is had, here it is shall and will have. Okay, like this. Then all perfect continuous tenses, you will come to know what is common. Been VING common. Okay, been VING common. Here also been VING common. Here also been VING common. So these people can just try to understand and make more examples. So you can take screenshot of it, mention all those things in your notebook, and we'll close tenses here. Any doubt, any questions? If you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask me. मला कळत नाही, काहीच कळलं नाही आहे का असं मराठीतनं विचारलं तरी चालतंय. झोपले काय सगळे?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Fine. Okay. So I will stop sharing the screen. Should I clear the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And now we will go to the next part. I think that we have done with noun, pronoun. Adjective we have not done. Am I right?
Yes, yes, sir.
So we'll try to cover adjectives today. So I will share another screen. You just ensure that adjectives are visible to you.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So let's try to go through these adjectives. So first of all, we will try to understand what do you mean by adjectives. So many of the times we people have already studied adjectives, but once again, we'll try to understand it. Is the next slide visible? Or only adjectives?
Only adjective.
I will share screen once again. Okay, now you may be on this second slide. So here you will get what is the meaning of adjective. Okay. So it says adjective means any word. Adjective means any word which describes us the quality or nature or quantity of a noun is called an adjective. Okay, what is what? That describes. Describes what? Describes noun. Describes in terms of what? In terms of quality, in terms of quantity, in terms of nature. It tells more information. Okay, for example, we can take an example of boy. Okay, if we are going to talk about boy, let's find out more words which can describe boy. Okay, so here we can take note of things. First of all, the word here given, that is good. Okay, so we can say good boy. So can you tell me other words which can describe boy? Which are other adjectives which can be used with boy? As good boy. So there can be bad boy also. So bad boy, like this.
Clever.
Yes, clever boy. Then
Strong.
strong boy.
naughty,
Naughty boy.
Honest.
Funny boy. Can you say tall boy?
Lazy.
Lazy. Then
Smart.
yes, smart. Confident boy. Then can you say honest boy? Can you say intelligent? Intelligent boy.
Arrogant.
Yes, arrogant boy. Then you can think of synonym sentence. If it is arrogant, you can call it obedient also. Obedient boy.
Confident.
Confident already mentioned there after smart, confident boy.
Happy.
Happy. Happy boy.
Selfish.
What kind of? I did not get.
Selfish.
No, once again, Sneha. Selfish. Do you mean selfish?
yes sir,
Selfish boy.
Helpful boy.
Helpful, yes. Okay, all right. So these examples are sufficient. So what happened here? We took only one word boy, and in that case, what do people do? We just found so many words which can be used to describe the word boy, and in that case, what happens? You know that when you such many adjectives, in that case, you can talk more about boy. Suppose that you wanted to write one paragraph about boy. In that case, you can use some of the sentences with these adjectives. On the other hand, if I do not know much adjectives, in that case, possibilities that I may get some restrictions. There is not much scope to express my thoughts when I do not have many adjectives. So we need to know more and more adjectives so that we can express, we can just talk, we can describe those nouns. Okay, so just take note of this, that you know many and many more adjectives so that you can use them. So here you can see here big city. So here city is noun, and the word big talks more about city. Here is honest man. So he also say man is noun and honest is an adjective which talks about the quality of man. What kind of man he is? Honest man, like this. Okay. Then let's go to the next slide where you'll be able to find it out. Where do we use adjectives in a sentence? Where do we use adjectives in the sentence? So adjective, as per the place, you will get two types based on their place. They're called attributive adjective and predicative adjective. So what do you mean by adjective or attributive adjective? Where adjective is used before noun. Okay, when the adjective is used before noun, that is called attributive adjective. And if adjective is used after noun or pronoun, in that case it will be called predicative adjective. So attributive means before, predicative means after. That you people have to understand. See example here, she is a beautiful girl. So in this sentence, which is noun? Girl is noun. Okay, yes, girl is noun. And what is adjective here?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So it came before noun. Okay, it came before noun. So this adjective is called attributive adjective. Okay, this adjective is attributive because it comes before noun. See here, this girl is beautiful. Okay, this girl is beautiful. So here adjective is beautiful, but now it came after noun. Okay, girl is noun and beautiful comes after noun. So beautiful here it is called predicative adjective. Another example, he is an honest and clever student. Okay, honest and clever comes before noun student. And in second sentence, this student is honest and clever. Here you'll come to know the same adjectives which are used after noun student. So they are predicative here. Okay. Then let's go to the next slide and try to find out which are the types of adjectives that we people need to know. So first of all, there are adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, adjectives of number, demonstrative adjectives are there, distributive adjectives are there, interrogative adjectives are there, possessive adjectives are there, and exclamatory adjectives are there. Okay, so you may be having so many types are there. How to remember? No need to remember them, just will try to understand. Okay, so it is very simple. Adjectives of quality means they will talk about the quality of noun, quantity will refer to the quantity of noun, number will refer to the number, demonstrative adjectives will show you something, distributive they use for distribution. Then interrogative adjectives are used for asking questions. Possessive adjectives will show some possession. Exclamatory adjectives will be used in exclamatory sentences. So this is like this, that is quite simple. So first of all, we are going to talk here about adjectives of quality. Okay, so let's try to understand what you mean by adjectives of quality. They are used to describe the quality of the noun. Very simple. What they'll talk about the quality of the noun. For example, big. So this is quality. Big tree, big school, big man, big brother, big. No, big brother is not the right word. Okay. So in flow I spoke it big brother, but big brother is not okay. Okay. So if you are calling someone big brother, what does it mean? So big refers to what? Size. So if you're calling someone big brother, it means to whom you're calling brother, he may be a fat. Okay. So that is not the right term to call someone big brother. So which is right word to call you your brother? Which should be right word for big brother?
Elder brother.
So remember, you are going to say it is elder brother, not big brother, right? Then tall, tall tree, tall building, tall tower, small boy, small bird, small honest person, honest student, honest, maybe anything. Okay, he is an honest person in the office. So honest person, you come to know, honest talks more about person. So honest is the quality here. Rohit is a clever student. Okay, so student is noun, clever is adjective, and it talks about quality of the student like this. Then let's go to the next slide here, and that says adjectives of quantity. Okay, so quantity are used to describe the quantity. That means how much. If you ask question how much, you will get answer. So that is called quantity of the noun. All right. So here you can see examples like much. You can say much time, much sugar, much money, much anything. Enough time, enough money, enough practice. All students, all teachers, all friends, all people. Okay. So you can say any color, any friend, any person, few people, few students, sufficient time. So you can just think after these adjectives which now you can use and you can check it. So he needs more money. So money is noun here and more is adjective which can be called adjectives of quantity. She has enough time. So time is noun here and enough is an adjective of quantity. Okay. So you just think of it. Next, we will go for another type is here that is called adjectives of number. So just wait for 1 minute. Okay, so here adjectives of number. So they will talk briefly about number. Here in earlier slide it was how much. Here it is how many. It will answer how many. For example, they can be plain numbers like 4, 5, 100,000, and all counting numbers will come here. So I have 4 pens. So pens is noun. 4 is an adjective of number. She has 2 children. Children is noun. 2 is adjective of number like this. So these adjectives of number you'll come to know it can be divided or classified like this. You can call them cardinals. There are ordinal numbers. They are indefinite numbers. They can be distributive numbers also. So cardinal numbers means which numbers? They are counting numbers like 1, 2, 3 and infinite numbers. Okay, up to whatever you can count 1, 2, 3,000, 100 crores. So they are all cardinals. Then what do you mean by ordinals? They are used for ranks. For example, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 100th. So they are also infinite. Then indefinite numbers means they are not sure how much you don't know. So you can say all, many, few. So they are indefinite. You don't know exactly how much. So when I say many students were present, it doesn't mean you do not get exact number here. So that is fine. It is indefinite. And distributive means they get distributed. For example, each, either, every, neither. For example, each student gets prize. Everyone was present. Okay, so either and neither, they are here adjectives if they are used with noun. Okay, if it is either or, neither nor, in that case it becomes conjunctions. Okay, so there is difference between conjunctions and adjectives. Then we'll just finish this one and we are going to close it here. Demonstrative adjectives are here. Demonstrative adjectives means they're used to demonstrate, to show, or they used to answer the question which. Okay, so how? Let's try to understand. So these are these demonstrative adjectives. It can be this, that, and such. They are singular. And these, those, and such, they are plural. So you'll come to know such is used in singular, such is used in plural also. So for example, you can say this car is very beautiful, that person is rich, these books are expensive, those notebooks are checked, like this. So you can see examples also. So remaining part of adjectives we are going to see in the next session. Right now we are going to close it. If you have any questions here, you can just ask me about any topic, anything you can ask me. Meanwhile, we'll go for attendance also. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 absent, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 absent, 14 also absent, 15, 16, 17, 18 absent, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42 absent, 43 absent, 44 absent, 45, 46, 47 absent, 48 absent, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 absent, 56, 57, 58 absent, 59, 60, 61. So absent numbers are 6, 13, 14, 18, 42, 43, 44, 47, 48, 55, 58. Okay. If anybody is here, you just let me know. If no one is there, in that case, remember that next time you are going to join the session on time and you are not going to miss anything. And otherwise, if you're going to join late, you'll be kept outside of the meeting and you'll not be allowed. Meeting will be locked, so nobody is going to join afterwards. So take note of it. And with this, should I end this meeting for all them?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining today and do join for the next session also.